ever notice how silence speaks louder than rants? Men are just ghosting women. They're ghosting the whole idea of dating. No pickup lines, no cold approaches, no desperate hinge openers, just radio silence. And today, we're reacting to the raw, unfiltered truth behind why men are choosing peace over pursuit, even if it means dying alone. This isn't misogyny. It's math. So lock your door, mute your notifications, and let's unpack the quiet resignation of a generation that realized maybe she's not worth the felony.
The straw that broke the camel's back. I was at the house. It was a Saturday morning. Phone rings. I pick it up. I'm downstairs. She's upstairs. I'm like, hey, what up? And this guy's on the phone. He's like, hey, what's up? Is Moni there? And I was like, yeah, who this? Because she didn't have any brothers, and I knew all her male cousins, and I didn't recognize the voice. He's like, is this Juwan? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, this is Slim. I always told Moni if I had a chance to talk to you, I would thank you. And I was like, I don't follow. He's like, your old lady and you are planning a wedding, right? So she just has your credit cards. You let her spend what she needs to spend to take care of the wedding. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, I want to say thank you for the leather coat. I want to say thank you for the herringbone. I want to say thank you for the Cuban link.
This is the nightmare you warn your homies about. Your fiance's out here racking up Gucci on your card while thanking Slim for the rims she bought with your rent money. And the kicker? She didn't even hide it. She bragged. That's not a red flag. That's a surrender flag. Men see this and think, why risk my 401k for a woman who treats loyalty like a coupon?
I want to say thank you for the rims.
This guy doesn't give a f***.
Nah.
He's like, I'm not only...
Yeah.
I'm also, by the way, I've never looked better.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you give a man peace, he will give you whatever the fuck you want. Just as simple as that. What a concept.
How do I reciprocate a man's efforts beside thanking him? Your attention, your admiration, your genuine feminine energy when you are looking at him and admiring him, letting him know what you think of him and how much you believe in him. Your time, your beauty, your presence, your attention.
Men should not get married. I'm going to get a lot for this one, but I don't even think at this point from my content that I post and reading all the comments in my posts that men even benefit from marriage at this point.
I knew this was coming. Back in the day, marriage was a merger. Now, it's a hostile takeover with alimony. He brings the house, the pension, the discipline, and she brings vibes. Meanwhile, divorce court hands her half his future earnings like it's a participation trophy. So yeah, why sign up to be a co-CEO when you'll get fired, evicted, and called toxic for asking where the trash bags are?
Like, think about it. Back in the day, marriage used to be like for land. Like, okay, Susie's going to marry Johnny because Susie comes with 10 acres, right? And so Johnny would become part of the family and get 10 acres when he married Susie. Okay, great. And it was all contracted anyway. Like, everybody's like, oh, you want to contract Pound Town, and you want to make sure that Pound Town is being had no matter what. Well, what else is the man really getting out of this at this point? Not only if a man gets married, does he tie into said woman, then she can cut him off and no longer say that she wants to have Pound Town relations with him anymore, intimacy, whatever. Then if he cheats or leaves or does anything outside of that relationship, she'll take half his and walk away. And most of the time, in today's society, that man came with a pension. That man came with a damn good job that he worked hard to get into before he got with you. And if that's not the case, then we're not talking about that, okay? But focus with me here. I don't want to hear a bunch of my comments. Well, blah, blah, blah. No, we're talking about the men that showed up into the relationship that already had a pension, already had a good job, already had a great status, and then marries somebody, and then she cuts him off emotionally, physically, all of the things. He gets then dies inside and either steps out of frustration and whatever, feeling wanted.
This hits different. Men aren't asking for threesomes or red carpets. They're begging for basic connection. But when a woman weaponizes intimacy, "You're lucky I let you touch me," it turns love into leverage. And emotionally intelligent men, they'd rather jerk off to AI girlfriends than beg for crumbs from a queen who thinks affection is currency.
We're not naturally, us humans want to be close to another human. We want that human touch. We want that loving connection with somebody. That's what we want and need. That's what we crave as humans. We are animals. And so by cutting that off, a man is only going to last so long before he goes and wanders or finds corn on the internet to watch and take care of himself with. And then you have the woman that starts like noticing that said husband isn't showing up the way he used to. Well, no, because he's been cut off from the thing that we crave the most. And then she wants to leave said husband, files for divorce, and takes half of his, and he's left with nothing. Like, men really don't get when they get married. They really don't. The only thing that they get is rights over their children. And don't even get me started about having kids when you're not married. And that's a whole nother topic. We won't even go there. But men really don't get other than their name on a birth certificate for the kids and some type of right when you're married. When you're not married, the court looks at it as you have no rights and you have to prove that you're actually the parent, even if you have the name on the birth certificate. So, in my opinion, all these women yapping on the internet, well, what the f- do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table?
Ugh, the audacity of women demanding value while posting "men are trash" from their dad's basement. Bro, if your contribution to the relationship is, "I let you pay for dinner," congrats, you're not a partner. You're a groupie with emotional blackmail. Real men don't want a woman who carries the box. They want a teammate who shares the load.
Because as far as I can see, the man is showing up with the most and women show up with the least, but yet we carry the box. So we're just like some magical powered like human and men must bow down to us. Like, that is so ridiculous. And I know that I'm going to get so much for this because they're going to be like, "You're not a girl's girl." No, I'm just logical. What do you guys think?
I hope that this gym sees this and kick your ass out.
Oh, we saw it, and we are. So this morning, we were made aware of a video that was filmed inside of one of our clubs. And by made aware, I mean tons of comments and DMs, and the video got reposted and stitched by one of the most influential and popular fitness personalities online with millions of followers. So look, we're not going to repost the video online here or continue to bash this former member on social media any more than is already being done. If you want to see it, you can go over to Joey Swole's page and see his reaction and his take on it. But we wanted to use this opportunity to address etiquette about recording yourself in the gym. So obviously in areas like a locker room, don't even take the phones out. Don't take the cameras out. There's members in there changing. There's an expected level of privacy. If you're out on the floor, just try not to get people's in your shots of your PR. We've got studios with huge mirrors, much better place to take your progress photos. So if you're recording yourself in the gym, just be mindful of who's around you. There's going to be members in the background. They might not want to be in your shot. And definitely do not record anything in the locker rooms. What?
Yo, fam, listen, when you eat Everest Kitchen, you start caring. Not like this guy. This guy been used to eating that
all his life. So now he's like, I don't care. He's just walking around with no care in the world. Come to Everest Kitchen and eat the best, start caring.
I will never understand people's obsession with filming other people nude in a locker room, then posting it online. And newsflash, whether you censor him or not, it is still illegal to film people in an area of expected privacy.
Okay, real talk, this isn't just creepy, it's strategic. Women film men naked in locker rooms, then act shocked when men stop talking to them in public. You created a surveillance state where every glance could end up in a stitch titled "Gross Gym Creep." So now, men walk in, shower fast, leave quiet. Not because they're scared, because they're smart.
Like a locker room. And you did this all for what? To advertise your restaurant? Seriously? Then you go and say in the comments that you're not supposed to change in a locker room, that it's weird to get naked. That is literally what the locker room is for. What do you want people to do after taking a shower? Just have their clothes magically appear on them? And people tried to tell you in the comments that you're wrong. You clapped back and got cocky and arrogant and supported people that laughed at that man. Well, I hope that this gym sees this and kicks your ass out. And that man presses charges. We'll see how funny you think it is then and how cocky and arrogant you are. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
I think that women are significantly more narcissistic. I think filters, women are starting to think they actually look like they're filters. Like, I swear to God,
true.
when I go on social media and I say younger women are more attractive than older women, you know what I get? I get married 37-year-old mothers tweeting at me their selfies, proving to me that they are the epitome of hotness.
The filter delusion is real. She's 37, has 3 kids, and hasn't done a squat in a decade, but her Facetune says Angel. And then she wonders why men her age only slide into 22-year-olds' DMs. It's not ageism, it's reality. Men see the unfiltered truth. You traded effort for entitlement, and now your confidence looks like denial.
My God, these always get millions of views. Now, if I do women like rich men, I don't get men tweeting at me that they're poor and they can still get women. I don't see it. I don't think we live in reality because I don't think men ever really correct us.
A lot of my peers are clubbing, they're going to the bars, they're going to this, and they're like, oh, well, how'd you get this nice car? How'd you get all this? How'd you get this? It wasn't partying. I'll tell you that fucking much. You want the Rolls Royce? You want the house? You want all this luxurious lifestyle? You gotta work your ass off.
You dumb hoe. You have to work hard.
B-O-P.
I don't know what you think your job is. You gotta admit to yourself why you've made it to where you are today. I built up my following through, well, doing stupid shooting guns, wearing a Burger King crown, racing around cross-track, and last but not least, I gamble ridiculous amounts of money on Rainbet. The reason you can afford a Rolls Royce and sit back and finally relax is because you sold your online. I don't know what delusion you live in.
3 days later.
Camilla saw my video. I'm not boxing Camilla, guys. We have a lot to go through. Starting from the beginning, I made a few videos talking about OF and why I would never start one. Then we got stitched by Andy. Her reply was, I don't have and to shut up. Back to it. So then Camilla makes a video talking about hard work. I'm like, hard work? Now I have to stitch this. I posted that, it hit 100K views. Camilla likes it. I'm like, okay. And her boyfriend sees it. I see a comment. W gambling promo. Camilla, you ever gambled on Rainbet before? It's pretty fun. And then, to top it off, she reposts my video. Final boss level now. I'm like, alright, bro. I will not be boxing no one. Alright, Camilla, you know you're a hoe. Can't ignore the fact that you're a hoe. I never thought I would say this, but Camilla is a bop that I do not dislike. Olivka, like, what are you doing? Why are you, like, talking good about a bop? I know. There's no doubt in my mind that she never had to start an OF. She would have made it to where she is today without the OF. Camilla is pretty, and she has a social media personality. I've seen her hint at trying to get out of OF, okay? Get the hell out of OF. Ashes for 304s. Choose the right path.
What could possibly be on that man's phone that is more interesting and than the hypnotizing female body?
Just about anything. A lot of men try to be respectful and try not to stare. They know a lot of women would get upset over that. There are so many risks to him sitting there staring. And he could potentially be confronted by her if he were to do that. To a lot of men, this kind of thing just isn't worth it anymore. And I thought women didn't want to be stared or gawked at, especially when they're at the gym working out. So which one is it?
I said, you're not gonna hit me though. You're not gonna hit me though. You ain't gonna hit me though. You ain't gonna hit me though. Is you? I'm calling my daddy right now. I'm calling my daddy right now. Nope. Hello?
This is why men ghost. 1 minute you're arguing about laundry. Next, she's calling her daddy to come fight you. And daddy isn't her father. It's her MMA trainer boyfriend from last summer. Men aren't cowards. They're avoiding felony charges disguised as drama. Peace isn't boring. It's survival.
Reach for the sky. Touch your toes. Anything shows, go change your clothes.
Someone once told my wife, your clothes should be tight enough to know you're a woman and loose enough to know that you're a lady. And as a dad with a daughter, I think this little daily ritual is actually helpful.
So she thinks being in a relationship and cheating on her man is okay, and for you to mind your business.
I don't care what I got going on. If I'm cheating on my girl, don't bring my for real. I'm cheating on my. Why are you talking about? That's still my man. That's still my man.
So she's basically telling her friends shut up and let her cheat in peace.
Don't bring up my if I'm cheating on him. That really is none of your business. And if you keep bringing my app, I'm about to tell him. I don't care. I don't care if I'm talking to you and I have no business talking to you. Don't be talking about my.
And if you thought she was joking, she's not.
I might tell a joke, but I never tell a lie. One thing about me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a reason to. I'm always gonna tell you the truth, whether you believe it or not. That's on you. You might think I'm playing because I play a lot. I'm really goofy. I'm really funny. But just know when I blurted out at 3 a.m. last night, hey, I'm about to cheat on you, I meant it. I was telling you. I was giving you a heads up. Just know.
I think that's why she's in the shower. But check this part out.
Some feathers with this one. I'm not a fatherless. I'm not a fatherless. No, I'm really sorry to the bitches that is fatherless out here, but bitch, I'm not a fatherless bitch.
To her father, I know you're proud right now.
I'm not a fatherless. I don't want it all on it. I'm an independent black woman. I'm an independent black.
Y'all heard what she said. She's an independent black. She don't need no man.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fatherless. I be down with the fatherless activities like shaking our ass, hella crazy and stupid as fuck outside and acting a fool and staying out till 5, 6 in the morning and fuck my baby daddy. I be with all that.
And we have people living like this? Ah, man, we're cooked. We're cooked.
What's your age?
I'm 21 years old.
I'm 22. How long you been together?
About 3 years.
If your woman gave you a guilt-free pass to have fun with any girl of your choosing, do you take it or do you leave it?
Are you gonna be mad at me?
No.
Okay. I would take it. Are you sure? Okay.
Say whatever you feel.
I would take it. Because I know that she loves me at the end of the day. Don't be mad at me. Okay.
Say what you feel.
Oh, honey. He said, I'd take it. And she nodded like it's normal. That's the quiet death of loyalty. If your trust includes an open-door policy for strangers, you're not in a relationship. You're running a hostel with emotional billing. Men hear this and think, why commit when she's fine with me being replaceable?
What's really in it for you to just experience another woman?
What isn't? Pleasure? Like, I don't know.
Do you think that if you did sleep with a random girl that it would affect the relationship that you've built over the last 3 years?
For me, it's a no, but for her, I would want to know her answer. But honestly, like, we're pretty loyal to each other, and we know that, like, when things happen, it's okay. I have never done that, so I don't know. We trust each other enough to know that we love each other and that we are going to be together in the future. But honestly, the answer that I could give you would be, yeah, I would, and I don't know what she would say.
So let's flip it, right? Let's say he gave you one. Knowing his answer, do you take it or would you still, say, nah, I'm good?
I'm good. I don't need to. I'm not upset with him for answering that he would. I'm not offended. It doesn't make me feel different about myself. I don't feel the need to. I value an emotional connection with people more than a physical. And I appreciate a physical once I have an emotional. So a one night random situation doesn't mean anything to me. So yeah, I honestly wouldn't take the opportunity if I had one.
When a woman throws away the entire message because one part challenged her, she's not ready for real intimacy, real leadership, or real growth. My brother, that's a red flag. And that's where maturity shows itself. Because growth requires the ability to pause, sift, and separate. You have to be able to ask yourself questions like, what part of this actually applies to me? What part makes me better? What part do I need to sit with? That's accountability. And a lot of women never get there because they hear one uncomfortable truth and their ego takes over. They start defending instead of listening. They start reacting instead of reflecting. And they start protecting their pride instead of protecting their present and protecting the future.
Women hear you're being immature and hear you're worthless. But growth requires humility, not hashtags. The men retiring aren't bitter, they're awake. They watch their friends lose houses, kids, and dignity, begging women to act like adults. So they chose solitude, not because they hate women, but because they finally love themselves more.
I'm known as a deadbeat dad, but the real deadbeat is the one who collects child support. You didn't like what I just said there? Well, let me ask you a question. Why is it that involved fathers are forced to pay child support when they're already supporting their child, but the dads that aren't involved in their child's life don't have to pay any child support? So seriously, ask yourself, who's the real deadbeat here?
Where are your balls? Ooh. Seriously.
First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together. Because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone. And I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the society we're in.
So your disagreement is with my tone?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Then you go do it.
Yeah, one of the best answers ever. Because if you disagree with his tone, then what's stopping you of creating your own platform and do it however you want to do it? And if your product is better, then more people will go listen to you. But it's way easier to criticize, especially if you can't pressure test your criticism towards what gets the better results.
I respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
I just feel that
Kevin's
women
confused.
aren't accustomed to men of that.
Were you raised by your
caliber.
father?
Yes.
Keep saying feel.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
What type of women?
They don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
Oh,
really?
God.
Does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Yeah.
Took off his glasses
that's the
for
question
this
I'm
one.
asking you. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes?
I don't really see that many that much of a good outcome, honestly.
Of who? For me or for them?
Right.
Well, black women. I mean,
No.
Black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting outcomes.
Yeah.
The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married? Going back to their husbands? Reframing how they look at men?
You're getting more outcome. I mean, I will.
So as a man, how are you going to come to
And
me
tell them
as
to
a
change
man who's
it.
getting a better outcome and tell me about tone?
Come on.
Well, simply because I just feel like
Again, with the feeling. See, the problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this. The problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight.
So why are men retiring from the dating game in 2025? Because the cost of entry is your freedom, and the payout is a restraining order. And to the women wondering why no one approaches, maybe stop filming locker rooms, posting men are trash reels, and expecting loyalty from guys you'd never defend in public.